Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have Stranger Things Season 2 was the best season. This is by Ronix, and let's get right into it. Hopefully you guys like this reaction. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with a friend or two. Comment down below any videos you want me to react to. And let's get right into it.
That's something crazy whenever I say this. It wasn't even that bad. The final fight was just too short and it felt too much like a blockbuster. But other than that, it was kinda peak, I ain't gonna lie. But I ain't even here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about quite possibly the greatest season of Stranger Things.
Okay, season 2 was decent. In my opinion, it was decent. Alright, season 3 and 4 are tied for like my favorite season. But I will say my favorite character is probably Max. Max is definitely my favorite character.
Okay, so the scene starts off with all four of the main squad at the arcade, you know, just having a good time, and I don't even know what kind of game they're playing, cause I know for a fact they ain't have more frames in gameplay than One Punch Man back in the 80s, so my only conclusion is that my dog, this is a cutscene. Bro out here moving the stick like he's playing the game. That's how
You know what the messed up thing is about this? Yeah, this is gonna be a long as hell video. I grew up with games like this. I grew up with arcade games.
it feels giving a turned off controller to your younger cousin. They over here talking about they won. Dog, you ain't win nothing. But they go over to play Dig Dug, and this very day was the start of the Snow Bunny attack. She ain't even there in person and she's already messing with the group, taking their high school and their favorite game, and causing the nigga who's a store clerk in every single movie ever made to pull up asking for a date with Nancy in exchange for info on who Mad Max is. Bear in mind, this is a fully grown adult and Nancy isn't even a senior yet. He's an at least 20-year-old man with a job and she's a 17-year-old girl. You're weird, buddy. You're weird. As they're all talking, Will starts to hear something from outside as he ends up getting transported to the upside down, going out and seeing the storm for the first time. Got Brody copying William Drip for word for word, bar for bar. This is crazy. And we don't even see the form of the Mind Flayer in this scene.
I never understood like all the like ash or dust flakes going around and upside down. I never understood that part. I don't know, bro. And they made it seem like the Mind Flayer was this big bad thing, and then it ended up being nothing.
Bro, it's just a cloud in the sky, but this is all he needed to get his foot in the door and start the terror that he puts Will through for the rest of his life. As we cut to the whole squad looking for Dart around the school, and the fact that Dart is the same thing that he threw up in the sink back in season 1 is really just so disturbing. He was rummaging around in the sewers for almost a year before pulling up the dustings. Like, bro, don't you know what's down there? But as Will is looking, he ends up finding Dart in the bathroom, and purely from the PTSD of the sound Dart makes, he ends up getting sent back into the upside down. Got bro going through it. He ain't been able to live a normal life since he got diddled by Drake in a costume. Yes, I know, dog, you ain't slick. As he gets to running through the school, pulling up outside, turning around and seeing the Mind Flayer face to face for the first time. And I really can't believe how dirty they did the Mind Flayer in season 5. Like, look at this.
Man, I don't. Hey, if I was a kid and I saw this pop up behind me, I'd piss myself. I ain't even gonna hold you. Cause a giant shadow boogeyman demon thing popping up out of nowhere, and everything else around me gets shut into the darkness. Yeah, I'm gonna start swinging, but I know it ain't gonna do nothing, but I'm gonna keep swinging.
Took this and made it into a 5-minute mini boss you defeat with a slingshot and some sticks. Are these niggas serious? Right. We really have Brody straight horror farming, posing for the flick and everything. Incredible. And it's so sad to see. He was in that final fight talking about, damn, I'm low-key washed, got defeated by 7 teenagers and didn't catch a single body. This is trash. But this how you know Brody was truly doing it for the love of the game back in his heyday. We can even take it back to when he told the Demogorgon to pull up on Joyce, pushing through the wall like he's Chris Breezy himself, just for her to hit the dash out the house and he's nowhere to be found. He really commanded the Demogorgon to pull up on Joyce while she's He's trying to talk to her son that he took in the first place just so we could have a giggle. Wait, no way, boy. Had her hitting Usain Bolt levels of speed out the crib just to not follow her anywhere. And it's not even like he does this just once. He does this 3 separate times. Once to a whole infant child just to make Joyce look like a crazy woman, and once again in Will's bedroom as she runs out the crib for the 2nd time, and yet again he doesn't even follow. Had him and the Demogorgon hitting one of these. This is a sick Negro. And yet again he's doing this to Will for no motive, no plan, no action, purely for love of the game. Cause he's had 2 chances to take over Will so far, once at the arcade at the start of the season and on Halloween night, but he decided to wait for Will to fight back for him to take over his mind just to make him feel hopeless. And Brody reciting what the GOAT Bob told him to say just for the mind flayer to be looking at him like these. This was straight free eats. And from this very day onwards, Will was never the same, cause he goes home after getting flayed, and who that in the back? I be hearing everyone talking about Nancy this, Sadie Sink that, Millie Bobby Brown what, but have you ever taken a moment to notice the finest of them all with Winona Ryder?
Listen, bro. She cool. Listen,
cause he goes home after getting flayed, and who that in the back? I be hearing everyone talking about Nancy.
Yes, 100%. Nancy, hell yeah.
This Sadie Sink.
Sadie Sink, hell yeah. I ain't gonna think about it.
That Millie Bobby Brown.
I gotta think about it. With her, I gotta think about it, cause like, once you see a girl bald, it messes up. Guys, think about it. If you see a girl that's bald, and then you see her with a full head of hair, you start thinking a little. You be questioning a lot of things.
What? But have you ever taken a moment to notice the finest of them all with Winona Ryder? I don't know what it is about Shorty, but every time she was on screen, I was looking like these. Me and Hopper are one in.
Hey man, back in her heyday, she was one of them ones.
The same, cause I know y'all see her right here though. She's so but she gets to running in a hot bath in like the average Discord mod. He's out here shivering in his boots just off the visual of a shower. Brody out here looking like he just saw his girl with birthday makeup on. This is crazy. As Joyce then pulls up saying that he needs to regulate his temperature, and all we hear is, "No." What did you say?
He likes it cold.
Got Joyce straight tweaking, got her 13-year-old son out here sounding like he's on the phone with her goal past 10 p.m. Guys start deepening their voice like they don't sound like these normally. Like, dog, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. Hop then pulls up as Will creates the map of Vulcans using the vines, and I swear the people in this show be having ridiculous levels of detective skills.
Right.
Cause first of all, Hop's the one to figure out their vines as he pulls up to the farm, digging into the ground and finding the tunnels. And second, my dog, my slime, my goat, Bob Newbie pulls up and figures out that the whole thing is an entire map of Hawkins, and helps the squad to find Hop in the tunnels inches away of being packed up. And hold on, Joyce, you gotta chill. My dog Bob is right there and you holding next man's face like this? Right. You lucky Bob's just a chill guy, cause if this was anybody else and they saw their shorty holding someone's face like this, they're upping pole on everything in sight. Got her over here talking about I've known him since I was 8. Ma'am, I'm sorry that I don't give up. Everybody gotta go. But the government then pulls up, setting the whole spot on fire, and like I said, the mind flayer really be doing this for love of the game, cause he gon' connect Will to every bit of the upside down. So as he's getting burnt, so is Will. He really said if he's going down, he's taking down a 13-year-old child with him. This is a sick Negro. As he starts tweaking, and the performance he puts on in this season is really one of the greatest child performances I've seen in a minute. Just look at this. He was in his bag the entirety of season 2, easily the best actor throughout the whole season. Her body looking like he's taking part in the average 2021 speed stream. This is crazy. As the next thing we see is him back in the hospital while Nancy and Jonathan are over here getting freaky in a stranger's house. And I don't care what anyone says, Nancy,
it should have been me.
She cheated on my dog Steve right here. They ain't even break up yet. All they did was get into an argument. Now she's over here getting greased by Jonathan. Like it could be anyone but Jonathan. You letting your shorty get crushed by the same guy who was parked outside your crib taking pictures of you and the same girl doing the tango. Wait, no way, boy. Like, could you imagine him pictures of you?
The funny part about this this image right here is that he still has the flash on. He's that whole Pentax thing on top of the camera. That's the flash. He still has the flash on, so he is taking pictures in the middle of the night, and everybody can see that shit.
And the same goal doing the tango. Wait, no way, boy. Now, could you imagine him calling up Nancy and getting hit with the "she's busy right now, little bro"? And this nigga, I'll be damned I'll be disrespected like this. As they get to breakfast the next morning, and Murray really be one of the funniest characters. So Jonathan, how was the pullout?
Is this nigga serious?
But we get back to Will in the hospital, and after getting done like he just seen his shorty getting took, he has now almost lost all his memory and is over here talking like a straight villain. Talking about they shouldn't have done that last night and it upset the Mind Flayer. And from here on out to the end of the season, this is no longer Will but the Mind Flayer controlling him like this is a damn 2K game. As he tells the doctors that they have to pull up to a certain spot in the tunnels cause it's important to the Mind Flayer. As they pull up to the spot just for all this to be a straight setup, as Will starts to apologize for what he's done, saying the Mind Flayer made him do it, and the demo dogs pull up in the tunnel hitting the boom nigga and proceed to take everyone out in the spot one by one. But they're not even done yet as they come up through the hole ready to slime out every person in the hospital. And yeah, the Lost Sister episode happens in between this, but I ain't even gonna waste my time talking about that. The episode was straight garbage. I mean, like these
Shit garbage, bro. Like, I get it. It was for the progression of the internal turmoil that 11 was going through, but that shit was so unnecessary. It did not level up her powers. It did not give her any imagination with her powers. It didn't do shit for her. It was just like, oh, another person out there is just like me and they survived. I'm like, bro, it don't do shit for you though. She didn't come back with you. She didn't help you. She even got useful powers, low key. She could make hallucinations. And that's it. If you have strong enough willpower, you can get through that, though.
The entire 44 minutes it was airing, and to this whole squad, I've just got to get this off my chest. Y'all are trash.
Right.
As we get back to the main event with the demo dogs coming out the hole, and tell me why Hopper is just looking at them. Over here taking a long and hard look at the creature from another world that is trying to body you. You flipping twits. As the rest of them come out the tunnel and they start to break the glass, keeping them safe, and they finally hit the dash. And this is where we get the infamous line.
White people.
Who I am? Your mom.
The amount of memes
your
I've
mom.
seen come from this clip alone is really insane, and like I said, the accent from Noah is really crazy. But they get to running, pulling up to the security room, and this is the point that Bob becomes the true GOAT of the entire series of Stranger Things. As the power goes out, and since he's the only one who knows how to rewrite the system and turn the power back on and unlock the doors, he's the man for the job. And I know for a fact the doctor was lying right here. Peep his face when Bob asks him if he knows how to do it.
Low-key.
Why you Doc? You speak basic? No.
Cap. That right there is a man who is capping. Bro knows every single step to rewrite the system. He just ain't trying to go out there to get slimed out by a whole bunch of cupcakes. And hey, I won't even blame him. Have you seen the demo dogs? This the type dog a nigga will tell you they don't bite just for you to get to the crib and he doing you like these. What's wrong with him? After getting the rundown, Bob Newby the superhero starts his mission as he manages to get.
Listen, if somebody has a pet dog and that dog is clearly aggressive, I'm warning everybody in the world. If your dog attacks me, bites me, jumps on me, where I'm putting the beaters on him. I am suplexing your dog into the tree or wall wherever I'm at. If your dog even tries to bite, nibble, or lick or whatever, I'm throwing your dog 6 blocks away.
All the way down to the control center, turning back on the power, and also manages to unlock all the doors in the building. And he even going to distract the demo dogs using a sprinkler, giving the squad an open path to the exit. This is really my goat. As he goes to leave, he gonna leave the pole behind, and this right here is the worst mistake he could have made. But the
Yep.
squad managed to make it out all the way as the doctor starts to guide Bob to the exit around the demo dogs, and this whole scene was really just stressful as hell. Had me like these the whole time, cause the doc tells him to hide in a closet as one of the demo dogs walks right towards him. Got Brody's sweating profusely. This how it feels trying to hide from the snow bunnies as a black D1 athlete that is not trying to get his life ruined. They over here lurking the college corridors looking for their next. That is
Wait.
not.
Wait, what did
This
that
how it
say?
feels
Wait,
trying to
what did
hide
I
from the
say?
snow bunnies as a black D1 athlete that is.
Bro, just talk to her. It'd be like that. Yo, it'd be like that for real, for no reason. They'd be like, people be like, hey man, just talk to her. She's a normal person just like you. And then you look at her and then you just be stuck. And you talking to her in your mind, but no words is coming out. And you just stuck staring at her.
Not trying to get his life ruined. They over here lurking the college corridors looking for their next victim. It's really wicked out here. But the demo ends up leaving just for as Bob is exiting the closet, a broom
bro.
will fall out from behind him, hitting the ground and alerting the demo dog. Got bro turning around like the damn deep, heard the broom and said free eats. As Bob gets the sprinting, hitting the jets from the demo. He ain't ran this far since Joyce sent him that Home Alone text. This is crazy. As he ends up making it to the door, closing it on the demo as he sees Joyce right in front of him
Get
and
out!
completes the mission.
Why did they stop? Psych!
over, you little nigga.
No, why you do that? That's my guy. I swear this whole scene had me in straight tears. Out of everybody, it had to be Bob. As he starts to get eaten alive with Hop upping the pole, but that don't work. As another two come out the door and he makes the executive decision to get Joyce out of there. As Bob gets straight cooked. And they really did my dog dirty. It's not even like he didn't make it. He was right there. One of the demos really hit bro with a sneak attack just when things were starting to look hopeful. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. And Dr. Owens, I don't know whether you've played any
He was
type
one of
of
the
game
best
or not,
characters,
but
and they
these
killed him
comms
off
are
like
really
that.
one of the worst I've ever seen in my life. He gonna say it's clear to go when the demo is still 10 feet away from the door.
Is this nigga serious?
I swear, cause when the broom dropped, Bob gon' turn around to make eye contact with the demo. So yes, I'm gon' say it, Dr. Owens, for this scene alone, you are trash. But Jonathan
Yeah, you
then
set him
pulls up
up.
to the spot, getting the squad out of there as Hop picks up the rest of the kids from the bottom of the hill as the squad evacuate the vicinity, leaving the demo dogs to turn my dog into good eats. RIP to
Damn.
a real one, Bob Newbie the superhero. So they pull up to Joyce's crib and Hop gotta be a time
did him
traveler
wrong.
or something, cause he gon' say,
6767.
I'm really a grown-ass man. But to get their get back for Bob, they get to making a plan to use Will to find out what the Mind Flayer's weakness is, disguising the shit as something unrecognizable, and they get to questioning bro, and bro is over here straight tweaking. But they get to giving him some emotional speech about his life just for him to be talking about some we do not care. And just when
Right.
it's starting to look like he's fully gone, Hop starts to notice that he's using Morse code to communicate with them. And these really some smart ass kids, cause dog, who knows Morse code? I'll be in the spot straight confused as hell thinking bro's over here tapping our shit.
Hey, man, Morse code is one of the most useful things in the world. But the average person don't fucking know Morse code, okay? Instead of teaching people French and Spanish in high school or middle school or whatever the hell, teach these motherfuckers Morse code so they can actually survive on some shit.
They rage bait, dog, you stupid. So they get to reading what he's saying as they get the answer close gate, and just as this is happening, the telephone rings and Will instantly knows where they are and calls up the Mind Flayer.
Yo, we at the crib. Ain't my demo niggas. Swiss these niggas.
As the
Bro, damn, that's a crazy image to stop on. Bro, as soon as freaking Will's eyes started rolling back to notify the Mind Flayer, you know how quick I would have knocked him the fuck out to protect my position?
demo dogs come rushing
playing
to
with
the
you.
crib and Nancy ups the pole. I swear every scene she has a gun just has me geeked. How can one be so fine and tough at the same damn time? Sensational. But they get ready for the squabbles and I know damn well he doesn't have a slingshot
Bruh.
in his hands.
They got a AR, no, they got an M4, they got a rifle, a bat with spikes on it, and a slingshot. Get the fuck out of here with the slingshot, bro.
Got Max standing behind him like he's going to contribute anything to the team. Get a load of this guy. But as they're waiting, a dead demo dog comes flying through the window as the door starts to unlock, opening up, and a punk Rock 11 walks through the door. Got Mike straight geeked. He ain't seen his shorty in a whole year. Was out here calling her every single day just off the chance that she's alive. Just to find out the Hopper's been hiding her the whole time, and he gets straight to crashing out. And hey, I wouldn't even blame him. If a nigga was trying to hide my superpower would go from me, I'll be mad as hell too. And to make it worse, Mike gets no holes. This is the first girl that's liked him his entire life. There is no way he can lose her. But Elle gets to talking to the squad, catching up with everyone, just for Max to pull up, introducing herself. And after seeing her with Mike the other day, Elle's over here talking about some I don't give up. Who you is? Walking right past her and pulling up on Joyce. Got Max over here straight the straw. How she getting turned down by a girl cosplaying an emo nigga clutching? This is crazy. But as this is going on, we cut to the retired baddie herself, Karen Wheeler, in the bar, trying to relax reading a book. And I swear,
low-key she ain't shit either, because she was happily willing to cheat on her husband with a fucking teenager, mind you. So she ain't shit.
these books girls be reading are nothing but straight inappropriate. I'm over here thinking they reading some sci-fi stuff. Whole time they reading about getting crushed. Bro, look at the front cover, dog. I'm not reading this. But regardless of this, they end up getting a knock at their door, and my boy Ted is over here fast asleep. So she has to go and get it just for it to be.
Instead of having her guy in the tub with her, she fantasizing and reading about that shit. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck be wrong with these girls?
Billy, and he gets straight to rizzing. Damn, I ain't know that.
This motherfucker got on more makeup than her. What the fuck?
Nancy had a sister. Got her over here blushing like crazy. It's too easy. He really using every Riz move I taught him. Just peep the hand on top of the handshake. I taught him that. But he says that he's looking for his sister Max, as she gives him the address to the Byler's house, as he leaves with her biting her lip. Mrs. Wheeler, he is a 17-year-old child who hasn't even graduated high school yet. Shorty, relax. Over here straight geeking. I'm watching this with Chris Hansen on speed dial. You're weird, buddy. You're weird. And it's not even like it stops here. Did you see her in season 3? She was trying to get crushed. But we got back to
she was all over him in season 3 for no reason.
the squad.
1,000 other people in the town, but she wanna go to this guy.
And now that Elle's here, it's practically free eats. No OT tonight, straight ball game. As they come up with 3 different plans, Joyce, Jonathan, and Nancy are gonna take Will to Hop's little cabin and burn the mind flayer out of him. Hop and Elle are going to the lab to close the gate, and Steve and the rest of the kids are bench warmers and are told to stay here. Just for as they're coming up with a plan to help the squad in their own way, in comes Billy.
Am I dreaming, or is that you, Harrington?
Oh,
yeah, it's
God.
me, don't cream your pants.
Might be my favorite line in the whole show. But they get to talking, and I swear these kids have the worst spying skills I've done ever seen. As Steve gets pushed to the ground and kicked in the stomach with Billy pulling up inside the house. And he really gonna hit a target lock onto the only black nigga in the room. He didn't even take a peek at the other 2 kids in the house. He saw a Negro in the building and got to cooking up the greatest slur ever made. As he grabs him, pushing him against the wall. And I really heard people talking about how Billy was actually a good person and was just misunderstood. Dog, did we watch the same show? People genuinely dislike Jason more than Billy. Are
Is this
these
nigga serious?
I can understand his dad is abusive and he lost his mom, but how does that correlate to this? There are 2 other people here and he only goes for the kid that looks like Cappy Lane. Like, bro, what do you say F me for? There are a lot of great points as to why he's misunderstood, and I do agree that he's a complex character, especially with him in season 3. But I ain't gonna lie, it does not excuse what he was doing in this season. Bro was a straight racist, there was no way around it. But Lucas kicks him in the nuts, pushing him back as Steve comes and straight domes him, just for him to genuinely react like these.
Come on! I like that shit. I like that shit. Come on!
This is crazy. As he swings a right weave left. He's scrambling out here now. As he hits right off the right while Billy is still laughing, grabbing a plate and smashing it on his head. And from here on out,
If you have to use a weapon or something in a fight when it's just straight hands, you instantly let the world know you don't know how to fight. I'm just letting you know that right now.
I ain't gonna lie, it was GG's as Billy straight molly whooped Steve into the ground. just for Max to come and save him, hitting him with some anesthesia, knocking him out cold and telling him to leave them alone from then on. And she really with the smoke, up the spike bat and slammed it right next to his family jewels. Absolute cinema. So they take his keys, driving off to the tunnels to help the squad, and just listen to this.
Nope. Okay.
Dog, how do you even scream like that? But we cut to Joyce and her squad burning Will as he starts tweaking, and Joyce really about that action, turned up the heat to slide for her man's Bob. As Will's neck starts to turn black and he gon' grab his own mother by the throats, hitting Captain America's special move. Mind Flayer done turn bro into a super soldier, cause where did this strength come from? And at the same time this is going on, Steve and his squad burn up the tunnels, drawing the demo dogs away and weakening Will to the point that Nancy can use a boiling hot iron stick to burn him and finally draw the Mind Flayer out of him. Absolute cinema. I know I've said this like 3 times in the vid already, but this has to be the best acted season out of them all. Just peak. But we go over to Hopper now at the gate as 11 has to go damn Super Saiyan, literally flying to push back the Mind Flayer and close the gate, ending the fight. As we then fast forward to a whole month later, as we then close off the season with everyone having their happily ever after. Lucas getting with Max, Ella and Mike at the dance, Will dancing with a girl at the ball, and my dog, my slime, my gold, Dustin dancing with Nancy and making all the girls in his class jealous. Incredible. I ain't gonna lie, this was really a great season. After season 5, I decided to rewatch the rest of them and I realized how much better the earlier ones were. This video was gonna be between either season 3 or this season, but I haven't fully rewatched season 3 yet, so I had to go with this one, and I'm glad I did because I thoroughly enjoyed making this vid. So if you guys want to see a vid on season 3 or any of the other seasons, let me know, and hopefully you enjoyed this vid. All glory to God, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Bet, like, I gotta say, bro, this long ass video, goddamn. My favorite season has to be like season 3 and 4. Those have to be definitely my favorite seasons of Stranger Things. But yeah, yeah, that's been this reaction. Hopefully you guys liked it. Or the original video will be linked in the description below in case you want to watch it for yourself without me being here or for whatever reason. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with a friend or two. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.